Officer. So today's theme is reinventing yourself. You can reinvent yourself anytime. It is not too late to start anything new. This is the theme for today, and you will be getting to know more about this theme by today's Toastmaster of the day. Today's Toastmaster of the day is people's person who loves solo bike riding, and he explores new places every weekend and makes us jealous by posting the pictures in the WhatsApp group. And he is working as a software engineer in Oracle. Please help me in welcoming the Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Sumukh.
Thank you, Chetana. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes. Before I begin, I see two guests with us today, Rachna and Aditi. So you have joined us last meeting as well, right?
Yes, we are joined.
All right. Welcome to the club again today.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So phone companies roll out a new model every year, right? Car companies also roll out a new model every few months. Restaurants change their menus from time to time. Even Toastmasters has improved. We had something called as CC modules, CL modules. And from then on, we have now moved to pathways. I even changed my bedroom last week. You know why? Because it's important to change things around us from time to time. Things that are static will start getting boring, and that will pull us down. So just to make things more important and interesting, we need to alter our surroundings every now and then. You know, some of us call us stepping outside the comfort zone. While you can also call it as challenging the status quo. Call it whatever you want. But important thing is to keep changing and keep doing it. Just as changing things around us is important, it's also important to change yourself from time to time. When you stay the same, not only are you risking the fact that you're getting outdated, but you're also getting boring. You spend maximum time with yourself, right? And you wouldn't want to spend time with a boring person. So we must learn new things and bring up the change in ourselves. And this is what we call as reinventing yourself. So let me make it simple. How to reinvent yourself? So you should first start with learning something new. It could be a new language, a new skill. You can start learning how to dance, how to cook, probably learn how to play the guitar. Right? Kudos to our new members who have already checked this box by deciding to learn public speaking and have joined Toastmasters. All our existing members can probably start up taking more leadership roles, more club officer roles. So it's all about doing something new and hence reinventing yourself and coming up with a whole new personality, a makeover, right? So we will learn more about this as we move ahead. But before that, let me explain to you all what is Toastmasters. So every meeting is divided into three parts. The prepared speech, where the speaker prepares in advance, gets it mentored from his mentor and delivers the same. The second part is the impromptu session, where anyone, the members or the guests, can participate. It's also called extempore or the pick and speak. And the third part, the most important part, is evaluation, where we all will learn how to improve ourselves. So let me now invite our general evaluator to explain his role. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Preetam with a huge round of applause. Toastmaster Preetam, over to you.
Yeah, I'll be the general evaluator for today's meeting. Just give me a minute. I'll be the general evaluator for today's meeting. So I'll be evaluating the whole segment right from the start of the meeting to the end of the meeting. So I cannot do this task alone. So I have a team with me that is tag team, and a listener. I request the tag team, the timer, that is Toastmaster Akshay, to explain his role. Over to you, Akshay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Preetam. Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, and I will, at the last of the meeting, I will do the evaluations. Table topic speaker should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. And for icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. Most other speeches should be of 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those were the rules. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Akshay. I also want to make a note that today Toastmaster Harshraj is giving his icebreaker speech, and the timing for the icebreaker speech is 4 to 6 minutes. So kindly note that and time it accordingly. Okay. So the next role taker is our counter. It is Toastmaster Yash. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Preetam. Good evening, everyone. The purpose of the counter is note down the filler words and the overused words. The filler words are and The overused words are and, but, well, so, you know, etc. At the end of the meeting, when general evaluators calls me, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you. Back to general evaluator.
Thank you. Yes, I request the grammarian, Toastmaster Vaibhavi, to explain her role.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Preetam. Before I take up the role, just a quick audio video check. Am I clearly visible and audible to all the Toastmasters?
Yes.
Great. So good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. In the process of reinventing yourself as it goes, the theme of the day, I'm sure a few of you will be making the tiny mistakes here and there while speaking. Me, the grammarian, analogous to the English teacher back then in school, I'll be introducing to you all the word of the day. So I encourage all the Toastmasters and guests to use the word of the day in their speeches as often as possible, which enriches your vocabulary. And it's a feather in your cap. We also have idiom of the day in the meeting today. So I'll introduce both to you, and also I'll be putting it up in the chat box. So the word of the day today is astute. I repeat, astute. It's an adjective. It means very clever, good at judging people or situations. Synonyms of astute are shrewd, clever, smart, intelligent, etc. Antonyms of the word astute are stupid, foolish, idiotic, etc. If I want to use it in a sentence, then the examples are: Narendra Datta was an astute student who went on to become Swami Vivekananda in the later days. Sir M. Vishweshwaraya has been an astute engineer who built Kannambadi Dam at Mysore. We also have the idiom of the day. The idiom of the day is learn the ropes. Learn the ropes, idiom of the day. It means learn how to do a particular job or activity. For the benefit of all the Toastmasters, idiom is a set of words which will give a different meaning when the words are combined and differently when the words are used individually. So if I want to use the idiom of the day, that is learn the ropes, example, while you learn the ropes, it's natural for you to make some mistakes. Please come to me if you have any questions or concerns. I hope this is clear to all of you. We have a culture of snapping our fingers when any Toastmaster or guest uses the word of the day or the idiom of the day to encourage or acknowledge their presence of mind. So I'll be giving you the report of
the good usages, not so good usages of English grammar and other things at the end of the meeting, at the third segment of the meeting, that is the evaluation when called upon by the general evaluator. So that's it for the role in the day for me. See you in the third segment. Back to you, general evaluator Toastmaster Preetam.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vaibhavi. The explanation was quite good. I'd like to call upon Purnima ma'am for explaining the role of listener. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Listening is the most important because it is the easiest way to connect to people and build relationships. So I have taken a part today as a listener, and I'll be listening the whole meeting. And at the end, I would like to ask few questions to know how much people have listened here. Thank you so much. Over to you, G.
Thank you. The title reports are done. So I'll be back with my report with the whole evaluation segment. Over to you, TMOD. So
Thank you, Preetam. So before you proceed, can I request the grammarian to put up the word of the day and the idiom of the day on the chat box so that it is visible to everyone?
Sir, I'm doing it right away.
All right. Yes. Okay. So we will directly move on to the first segment of today's meeting. That is a prepared speech segment by Toastmaster Harsh. He's giving his first speech in level 1, that is the icebreaker speech. This speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Purnima. I request Toastmaster Purnima to give the speech objectives.
As this is the icebreaker speech, we don't evaluate it very hard, but I would give some suggestions or I would summarize some things which would help him in his further speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Purnima. So let us welcome on stage Toastmaster Harsh, who is giving his first speech with a huge round of applause. Over to you, Toastmaster Harsh.
Thank you. Good evening, all Toastmaster. So let me start. So on the 31st January, 1996, somewhere around 5:30 p.m. at some government hospital, where everybody was happy and joyful, except one guy who was newly baby born. He was crying that time, and that guy was me. It is 31st December. It means tomorrow. Tomorrow is my birthday, and as my birthday is tomorrow, I would like to get a gift from all of you if you give a thumbs up for it. But one thing I always say to myself when even my colleagues, there's one phrase. He says, "There's no substitute for hard work," and that I stand for it. So I'm born and brought up in Bihar. My father was peon and now he's retired. And my mother is the ideal housewife. I have two siblings. Both of them are elder to me. And because of youngest in my family, I was loved by all. And I have completed my primary education in Netrahat Vidyalaya, Jharkhand, and which was founded on the Gurukul culture, where the student used to do all the activities starting from cleaning a bathroom, grooming, cleaning, to the extent where they're conducting camp, where they can educate the local the government is organizing. Educational institute, but with one disadvantage, which was the high level of ragging. Senior ragged me a lot when I was in 6th to 10th. And as per the senior orders, I have violated many rules and regulations of the schools. Starting from the bending the gate of the my housemaster and a different housemaster, destroying the garden of the different housemaster, then puncturing their tires. I will tell you one of the story that happened to me. HOD of the physics scolded my one of the senior, Assam senior, and he ordered me, go and burn the gate. And there's an item there. Senior's word is the God's word. Whatever senior says, you have to follow. And simply, I lit the fire in the wooden gate, and it burned. And I was caught also because I was not professional in doing that. At that time, I was in 7th standard. even after beating so many times by the HOD of physics and the headmaster, I never spoke the name of the seniors. That was the rule of the school. So that type of the ragging was there. You can't even say the name of the seniors who told you to do that. So, but it made me feel like I'm strong enough to do any activity, but also put me in a regret. I'm doing such a nonsense activities which has no value. So after completing my primary education, I shifted for Patna to secondary education, and there I was free bird. I don't have any rules and regulation, nothing doing. Because of that, I made wrong friends, and I start consuming alcohol and cigarette. And as a result, I didn't qualify JEE main. This was extremely ridiculous for me. Then there's a life always gives a second chance to everyone. And I again start preparing for JEE main and crack the secure the rank and landed in NIT Warangal for BTech in metallurgical and material science engineering. NIT Warangal taught me to accept a change in life because I am from Bihar, where the culture is different. And over the night, I'm shifting to the NIT Warangal in South India. So the change in food, people, culture, and also the most important language were not easy to accept me at the beginning. The most difficult part is like switching from Hindi to English. Over the night, what I was assuming as an aloo paratha in Bihar, it turned into thick uttapam. I was looking for dal, it turned into rice and sambar and rasam. And it took time to me to understand what is the difference between the sambar and the rasam. Still, I am not very good in understanding what is sambar and what is rasam. But over the time, I molded myself and got adjusted with the situation there. And then I started learning the things. One good thing happened in my life, I got connected with the ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. I started to listen their philosophy, I start following them. And over the time, I started living everything in terms of I left cigarette, I left consuming alcohol, and unfortunately non-veg too. So being the topper in my class, I was rewarded with 2 times merit scholarship in second year and third year, which is Institute Merit Scholarship. And in 4th year, I was rewarded with the same merit scholarship, which is Steel Authority of India. Then, apart from my academic, I was also the overall coordinator for the Center for Value Education Club in NIT Warangal. Keeping in mind about the higher study, I dedicated myself and secured AI rank 89 in GATE 2019 Metallurgical Engineering and landed in IIT Bombay. A aspiring place, a dream place for aspiring engineers. And there also good thing happens because from the starting, I was a hard working guy. I was the only one fellow who got selected for Tata Fellowship Program. And I had to take the Tata project as my research thesis, and which was solar cell. Tata project taught me to turn crisis into opportunity by visiting different organizations. Deshpande Foundation, Hubli, Akshay Hubli, and then Goa Waste Management in Goa, and different non-profitable organizations I visited. And I learned how to turn certain things to give value to the society. Then I finally selected for the R&D engineer in process metallurgy in Netawala Group, and currently working in unit IBEX in Dharwad. And I was introduced to the Toastmaster platform by my HR team. And finally, I'm here to give you my first ice breaking session to all of you. Thank you for being patient. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. So Harsh mentioned about one intricacy, the difference between sambar and rasam. So anyone who can help us all, because even I have that doubt, honestly. What's the difference between sambar and rasam? Yes, Vaibhavi.
Toastmaster Sumukh, the first difference is about the thickness. Sambar is way too thick compared to rasam. Rasam is watery, like it's not thick. And second thing is the usage of spices. You'll find more of pepper, tamarind, those things in rasam, but and very less of jaggery. But in sambar, you will find plenty of jaggery and there'll be vegetables. So that's the main difference.
Okay. So which one do you like more, sambar or rasam? Okay. So yes, sambar and rasam. So that is a new skill. Maybe all of us can start learning cooking, right? And thus reinvent yourself. Okay. So before we proceed, I see two more people who have joined us. Firstly, I'd like to welcome our area director, Toastmaster Sandhya, who has joined us. Welcome to the meeting, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sumukh.
And we also have a guest, Toastmaster Rakshita. A guest Rakshita. So welcome to the meeting, Rakshita. Would you like to introduce yourself to all of us? Maybe in a line or two.
Yes, sir. I am Rakshita. I am from KLE IT.
Okay, Rakshita. Welcome to the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So another strategy to reinvent yourself is by meeting people who are different, who are less similar like you. We usually pick our friends from the same college, same company, same department in the office, maybe. But we need to hang out with different kinds of people to understand their perspective. Right? So one best way you can do that is probably call up your old school friends with whom you haven't spoken for in years. Maybe you can join the gym. This will take care of your health as well. Join other Toastmaster clubs, meet diverse people whom you do not meet regularly. So what have you done in the past few months to reinvent yourself? Yes, Vaibhavi.
Thank you for calling me again, Toastmaster Sumukh. So I live as paying guest in Bangalore. So I go around different floors, knocking doors of different, girls who live here, and then talking to them. They have different mother tongue, but still, with at least sign language, I try to connect with them. And also the landlady, I connect with her and then talk to her if she has any problem. I'm a good tenant, by the way. I don't disturb her, but still, if she has any problem as an engineer, if I can help her anything, I do that. And the local vendors who are here, just other than making things transactional, like they sell me what I want to and I buy. More than that, I greet them. I initiate some small talk. So those are the things that I do.
That's wonderful, Vaibhavi. Anyone else who has done something new to reinvent yourself? Yes, Nayan.
Even I am doing the same thing. I was a shy person. So to overcome that, I am trying to talk to a new person daily. This is what I'm doing to overcome that shyness.
That's really good. We must talk to people, get to know everyone. Anyone else? Something new that you have done. It could be something as silly as you have cleaned your bedroom. That's also something new to do, for me at least. Yes, Purnima ma'am.
Even I am also like Toastmaster Nayan. I used to be. I was very shy. So what I have recently started is that whenever I go out, I make sure that to whomever I'm speaking, I'm making them smile or laugh. So that is what I am trying to do to reinvent myself, that I am also happy and I have to make others also happy, especially the people who are in the market sitting down. Because every time when we go and talk to them, it is only what we want from them, and we try to bargain things with them. So but there is no one to ask them that how are you, and once if you ask them how are you, and the relationship changes, and the way they handle you or the way they talk to you becomes totally different and very friendly, and I'm loving it. So my daughter actually says that you have become a joker, but I don't know, but I feel very good when I'm doing this.
That's right. So you guys You guys know what's a library, right? So you go to a library, you have so many books, you pick up any book and you start reading. That's a book library. Anybody heard of a human library? Yeah. So it's there in Bangalore, actually. It's good, Vaibhavi, that you know it. It's there in Bangalore. I'm not sure if it's there in Hubli. So you go and talk to people. You talk to people, get to know about their life story. Random people. You have never met them in your life before. Just like going to a library and picking up a random book and reading about it. Right? So you open up to people, get to know others, come to know about their perspective of life, diversity of people, right? So I want you guys to also go back homes and do something different, do something new, reinvent yourself. It's never too late to begin. Okay. So we'll now move on to the second session of the day, the table topic session. Please help me invite on stage the table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Nayangowda. Over to you, Nay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumukh. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Welcome to the second and the most exciting session of our Toastmasters meetings, that is table topics. All Toastmasters know what this table topics session is about. But for the benefit of guests, I would like to brief what is a table topic session. In table topics, a table topic session is also called an impromptu speaking session, where I will give you random topics on which you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. At the end of 1 minute, the timer will show green card. At the end of 1.5 minutes, yellow card, and at the end of 2 minutes, red card. So I have prepared a few questions based on the theme and a few questions out of the theme. So who is ready to take up the first table topic? Toastmaster Purnima ma'am is ready. Okay. Ma'am, your question goes like this.
I'm inventing myself by telling it that I'll be the first person. Yeah.
Sure. Then are you ready to take up the next topic?
No, you tell me. The first topic is okay. Yeah.
If you want to reinvent yourself as a new person, which famous personality do you choose and why?
I would like to choose myself as Madhuri Dixit, because she's such a beautiful lady. She has maintained herself and she's always smiling. Her smile is, the teeth are so correctly beautiful to her mouth, so that whenever she gives a smile, it's beautiful. And she dances very well, which I like to dance, but I'm not able to do it. And she is such a calm and quiet person. She's very what you call she doesn't boast herself anywhere, and she has maintained her life as a youth always. And she's she's started a dance academy of herself. She's teaching dance to children or any person who wants to learn dance freely. And she's a very simple person, and I love her to be as Madhuri Dixit if I have to invent myself. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. As the Toastmaster of the day said, it is never late to learn new things. You can start learning dance.
If I may interject here, Nayan, I expected Purnima ma'am to talk about Ratan Tata.
Yes, even I thought she will say about Ratan Tata. But
I wanted to, but I thought I should not repeat the same thing. I have to do it something different. So I did Madhuri Dixit.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Then, Rama, would you like to take up the next topic?
Did you take my name, Nan?
Yes, Rama.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, your question goes like this: if you want to make changes in your current job or profession, what kind of changes would you like to add or eliminate?
Oh, so this is something very interesting. I would like to eliminate the element where I have to go to office unnecessarily. Means I feel that the kind of work that I can do from home, I should be able to do it from home, like, attending meetings and all. And I would only like to travel when there is an opportunity to learn, interact with people meaningfully, or there is some campaign that we are launching, or if we have to go and analyze a market or something like this, which you cannot do sitting on a computer. But if there is something that doesn't require human interaction, and you just have to sit on a computer and your job can be done, I feel that companies nowadays force a lot of unnecessary travel on people. So I would like to eliminate that. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Rama. I could see a few of your, like Sumukh and Vaibhavi are agreeing with you. Yes.
I genuinely feel what can be done sitting at home, and what you can do at home should be done from home, rather than wasting 2 hours just traveling to and fro.
Yes. Thank you, Rama. And who would like to take up the next topic? Okay, Toastmaster Vaibhavi. Your question goes like this. You are given a choice to own a private island or to own a private jet. Which one do you choose?
Table topic master, Toastmaster Nayan, is asking me whether I will go for a private island or a private jet. Any day, private island is a great investment according to me. Why? Because if it's a private island, first thing is you're amidst the nature, man. Wow, what can be more astute than the Lord who has created this nature? So many creatures around, so much of cool air, and then you rejuvenate naturally. Nobody has to come and give you a rejuvenation routine or a rejuvenation regime that you got to detoxify every single uh, air air compound that comes to you. It makes you so fresh. There is a downside if I had to choose the jet. The first thing is environmental pollution. The smoke that comes out from the jet is absolute no-no in the current environment, because we have already ejected enough bad things into this beautiful nature. So any day, a private island is a go-to option. But I do understand the downside of having a private island, where some other people who are exploring, some other people who are coming as an expedition will feel slightly uncomfortable seeing the place preoccupied, because they expect total isolation or solitude. So apologies for the so-called Dora the Explorers. Discounting that, I would any day go for a private island. So to recapitulate or summarize what I've said, always be considerate towards the nature, because of nature you're born. So always go for the choices which will encourage you to give back to the mother nature. That is why we call her mother, because we owe her our gratitude. So back to you, table topic master. Thank you. That was my time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaibhavi. Even I agree with you for going with a private island instead of private jet. Okay, Toastmaster Akshay, would you like to take up the next topic?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Can I time you, sir?
Yes, sure. What is the most expensive? Yes, Vaibhavi. What is the most expensive thing you have broken?
The most expensive thing I have broken was a flower vase. My mom had bought it. Yeah, it is the most expensive thing I have broken. Nothing.
And any other things other than this?
No, nothing.
Okay. Thank you, Akshay. Then any guests Rachna, I could see Rachna, Rakshita, Aditi, anyone among you. Come on, the topics are very easy.
I would like to pick up.
What weird food combinations do you really enjoy?
I think dosa with coffee. Yeah, only that one. Dosa with coffee. Yeah, that's it.
Nowadays, I am seeing people love weird food combinations. That's why I thought of adding this to our table topic questions. Thank you, Rachna. Then, area director, would you like to take up the next topic?
I'll try to speak, though I have got the bad throat. I just want to say apology in advance, okay? Yeah, go ahead, Toastmaster.
Yeah, what was cool when you were young, but isn't cool now?
Okay. So thank you so much for this topic. And I would like to say that before I start speaking on this topic, Toastmaster Nayan, you have already started considering me as an old, though I'm not at all, right? Because age is just a number according to me. I would like to say that thing. Okay, so coming back to the topic that you say that, I think can you please repeat the topic once again?
Yes, ma'am. What was cool when you were young, but isn't cool now?
What was cool? I mean, first of all, I would like to say that in my age, my generation, we never used to use this word as cool, which has become a very common word, which is used by the young generation, or I can say the generation, millennial generation or Zen generation. So what was cool according to me, if I say that, yes, the discipline part that we had that time, the self-discipline, especially the self-discipline, or the teachings that were there for our teachers or our parents, maybe because of other reasons, there were certain reasons, but yes, we were following the teachings that were of our teachers and the parents. But now, over the years, I have realized, I've experienced that the generation has become very argumentative. They just jump to the judgment. They have become very judgmental. They do not go into the depth of the matter. I'm not saying for every person of this generation or for every matter, but yes, overall, if I say that, yes, they have become argumentative. They think that they know everything, and they want to experience everything. And that once they fall into the trap, then they realize. They don't go by the thoughts or I can say the guide. They don't want to go by the guidance and the thoughts which are of parents or the teachers and all. So that is what I can see. The timer is showing the red card, so I don't want to actually cross that limit. But yes, that is what I had to say on the topic. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Nayan.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I didn't consider you as old. I thought you are one of the better person to answer this question. That's why I asked. Okay, it was a great pleasure to serve as the table topic master. Now I would like to hand over the virtual stage to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sumukh.
Thank you, Nayan. So Nayan spoke about weird food combinations. I think one of the things I should add is pineapple over pizza and chocolate over pizza. Certain things that I definitely do not like. Anybody who likes it here? Chocolate over pizza, pineapple over pizza. Any fans of that? Recently Pizza Hut also started momos in a pizza. Have you guys seen that? So they're going to combine the fun of momos with pizza. Not something I personally enjoy. I think one more topic he gave was, what is the most expensive thing you've broken? Akshay did speak well about that, but I personally believe, I think it's a promise is the most expensive thing that you break, right? You can break a vase, you can break a showpiece, you can break a mobile, you can break anything. But if you break a promise, I think that is the most expensive thing you will possibly break. Okay, speaking of reinventing yourself, I think another important trick is that remind yourself what you want to do in life and do it. We all have that one dream, one big dream that we want to do. You can start off with that right away. You might want to start a business, start it today. You want to learn flying, enroll yourself today. You want to start coaching, start teaching, do it today. And this one step will help you go a long distance in reinventing yourself. Who knows? Maybe this one step may actually change the entire trajectory of your life. Right? So what is that one dream that you guys have got? Toastmaster Yash, what is your dream that you want to achieve all through at the end of your life?
Yes, I am pursuing my mechanical engineering, but I want to make a vehicle that I am dreaming, but I will achieve that, and I will be a good mechanical engineer in 2024, and not only mechanical engineering with lots of skills and good communication. Thank you.
Yes. So whatever you're dreaming for, take the first step today. You can probably start with writing a paper. Start off with giving out some presentations, right? Toastmaster Yaska, what about you? What is your dream? What do you want to do in life? Yaska, on the call?
He texted that his mic was not working.
All right. How about Aditi? You haven't spoken today. So what is your goal in life?
I would like to inculcate many good qualities. I will learn many things where, like, if a person is a stammerer in his age, in his childhood age, he need not to be a stammerer throughout his life. He need to reinvent himself or herself. And when we go through our life, there are many bad situations. We undergo many obstacles, but we need to reinvent ourselves to be a better person. And yeah, that's it.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll now move on to the final session of today. That is the general evaluator session. Over to you, Toastmaster Preetam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumukh. Before my report, I'd like to get to the tag team report and also the listener. Toastmaster Akshay, the timer, can you present your report, please?
Toastmaster Harsh took 6 minutes exactly for his icebreaker speech. Toastmaster Purnima ma'am took 1 minute and 15 seconds. Toastmaster Rama took 57 seconds for table topic. Toastmaster Vaibhavi took 1 minute 57 seconds. Guest Rachna took 10 seconds. Area Director Sandhya ma'am took 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Yash took 27 seconds. Guest Aditi spoke for 35 seconds.
So there are many disqualifications. Can you let me know how many are
there are 2 disqualifications, Toastmaster Rama and Area Director.
Okay. Okay. Now I'd like to proceed with the
How much time did I take?
Ma'am, you took 2 minutes 30 seconds.
And what is the disqualification time?
2 minutes.
No, you get 30 seconds.
I'd like to interrupt here, ma'am. So, Akshay, they have 30 seconds time to conclude for the topic, so you cannot disqualify her. Yeah, it's okay. I'd like to move on to the evaluator of icebreaker speech now. I just wanted to know the timing. Yeah. So, Purnima, ma'am, can you give me a evaluation, please?
Through icebreaker speech, we got to know about Toastmaster Harsh, and it was very fun and also sad to know about his childhood and how he went through in Gurukul system. I had never known about this. I always dreamt that Gurukul is something very good, but there are some changes happens in every different Gurukuls. And it was good to know about him. And I liked when you said that you started with a statement telling that there is no substitute for hard work. And that's really, you did it in your life. What I see that from a bad guy, you went and you took scholarships. So that's really wonderful. And you also told about the different environments you went through. From Bihar to the south. It is totally a change, and I really understand that what you're feeling and how you're feeling. It is also good to know about your life, the ups and downs of your life, which you actually told it in a very beautiful way. You connected with the audience, and you narrated your story very beautifully. And when I say when you got connected with audience, it's like many of the crowd here is college students, so they can understand that what you went through from in your college and in your life, as they are also on the same path what you are going through. There are some things which I would like to which I noticed and which I would like to tell you is that when you say some things like some serious words, like when you said that I'm strong enough, then you can actually change the vocal variety of your things. Like you can say, I'm strong enough. So, it adds to your vocal variety. Your body language was okay, but it would be good if you could stand and give the speech. Because whenever we get connected to a person when he's standing and moving a little bit, so that, we get totally connected what you're telling, though your story was good. Okay. You can flexibly move your hands and so that, that adds the body language. And the other things which I have observed is that you speak very nicely, and I would like you all the best for the future speeches you wanted to give. This is what I noticed, and all the best for your future speeches. Thank you.
I'd like to move on to the R counter now. R counter, Yash. Can you please present your report?
Good evening, everyone. In prepared speech, Toastmaster Harsh used filler words 3 times, and but word was repeated many times. In table topic segment, Toastmaster Purnima ma'am used 3 filler words, 3 times filler words. Toastmaster Rama used 2 filler words. Then Toastmaster Vaibhavi used 3 filler words. Then area director Toastmaster Sandhya ma'am used one time. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Yash. It was a nice report. Grammarian, Mr. Vaibhavi, can you please present your report?
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Preetam. So here I am with my grammarian report. The real good usage of an enriched vocabulary in the meeting today are intricacy, used by Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sumukh; shyness, used by the table topic master, Toastmaster Nayangowda; boosting herself, used by Toastmaster Purnima; and virtual stage, used by Toastmaster Nayangowda. what suggestion I would give is, instead of saying dance freely, you can say dance free of cost. The word of the day and the idiom of the day were not really used today, but as we learn the ropes, we will use them as we go further in our meetings. So that is my Grammarian report. The virtual stage, I hand it over back to the general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Preetam.
Thank you, Vaibhavi. You also made sure that the idiom of the day you prepared was used by you at least. Thank you. Toastmaster Purnima, ma'am, the listener, can you please present your report?
As we have Priyal, Keni, ma'am joining us, I would not like to take much time as a listener, but I'll ask only 2 questions, which as a listener I have. TMOD, Toastmaster Sumukh, actually asked us to learn few things to reinvent ourselves. Anyone would like to tell that what were 2 or 3 things? Anyone?
Yeah, I would like to take that.
Anyone?
So, yeah. So do you want to know the specific things that Sumukh said, or can I add a few?
No, what he said.
Yeah. Okay. So he spoke about taking the course or taking that one small step that, you always think about, like if you want to start a new course, learn a new skill, or take up a new hobby, take that one small step just to start that process. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Rama. Yeah. Another question was Harsh, Toastmaster Harsh was telling difference between sambar and rasam. Why we answered it. Do you agree with her? Harsh is saying no. Because, yeah, anyone? Yeah, Harsh. I asked, do you agree with her? Do you agree with Vaibhavi? Okay. Anyone? Rachna, do you agree with her?
Yes, ma'am. But I think one a little bit of dal which they add into the rasam gives more taste.
Yes, absolutely. So that's all, Toastmaster Preetam from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Purnima. Now I'd like to move on to my report. The meeting started at 6:01, absolutely on time, no delay at all. Congratulations on that. Yesterday, Toastmaster Yash explained the ground rules and also I expected Toastmaster Yash to speak something about the theme. Definitely, Sumukh will definitely tell about the theme, but I also expect they say to tell some words about the theme. The presiding officer, Toastmaster Chetana, she declared the meeting open and handed over the virtual stage, introduced him humorously, the TMOD, and good work done, Chetana. Congratulations. So I have some suggestions for the evaluator of icebreaker speech. That is, when TMOD introduced you, ma'am, I couldn't get the title of the speech actually, and also in the prepared speech, I did not see anyone mentioning even the icebreaker speech. Harshraj, what he gave, he missed the title of the speech, so I couldn't figure out what the title of the speech was. It would be better if you repeat that once and then move on to the evaluation. And for the icebreaker speech, there is a rule that you have not to give more than one suggestions to, because since it's a icebreaker speech, so I saw you gave more than 3 suggestions to him. So that is my report now. Kindly note that. Moving on to Toastmaster Sumukh, TMOD. He kept the meeting engaging constantly. He had prepared some questions based on the theme, and he also made sure that everyone in the meeting, especially the guests, they shouldn't feel left out. So he made sure that he interacted with them, and also he kind of asked questions to them, and he also motivated them to speak. So that good work done, Sumukh. Congratulations to you. Toastmaster Nayangowda had a very interesting topics related to theme, and the Toastmasters were volunteering to speak. So congratulations, Toastmaster Sumukh, Nayangowda. A good thing that people were volunteering, and also he gave noticed the presence of area director. He gave the topics to her, and also some of the guests. So good work, Nayangowda. In spite of having exams, he took up the role, and yeah, I would appreciate him a lot for this. So yeah, this is my report. I'd like to there is an education session now from Priyal, so guests can also participate in this and listen to it. So kindly do not drop off from the meeting. Kindly stay in the meeting. I'd like to now hand over the virtual stage to Mr. Sumukh. TMOD.
Thank you. Toastmasters, we looked at some bold steps that we can take to reinvent ourselves. Let me conclude with one small thing that you all can do to kickstart this entire process. It is break routine. Try doing everything in a different way. So when you go home today or when you go back to your bed, try sleeping on the other side. Tomorrow morning, change your toothpaste. And if there is any adverse outcomes, you can always change back. But what you will discover is something new just by changing your routine. So it's never too late to begin. Reinvent yourself as many times as you can. So with this, we come to the